Hello, my Z followers, and welcome back to The Question, where you have the questions and I have the answers. And I know it's been a long time since I posted a video, as my stepdad keeps reminding me and reminding me and reminding me. He tells me and he's like, hey, you can post to YouTube. Well, now I'm posting to YouTube, so okay. Today's question is semi-serious, less serious. Like, it's not as serious as some topics has been, but it's not like a funny topic, you know? It's a legitimate topic. It's just not like one of those political topics. The question is, what period of fashion do I think is the best? Like, what's my favorite period of fashion? Which is it's an interesting question because of how I dress. I'm wearing math leggings right now, and of course my green eyeshadow, black lipstick, whatever's happening with my hair. Yeah, so that's a straightforward question, and I think before I answer that question, I'm just gonna go out and say that my knowledge of fashion is mostly Caucasian, European, Western fashion, as I am a white woman of the 21st century. Uh, that's all I know. So that's all I'm going to judge it off of, even though I know that a lot of other countries have beautiful fashion, have their own histories, and I'm just saying I'm not an expert of that. I'm not trying to exclude them, I'm just saying this is what I know. Not trying to offend anyone. So, I don't know, I think every period of fashion is important and is very relevant to that time period. You have to take into account what each decade of fashion meant, what each was going through. As for what looked the best, what I think would be the coolest to wear, would be the fanciest to wear, I'd say probably around the 1800s, the corsets, but they weren't overdone hoop skirts and bustles in the 1700s, whatever Marie Antoinette was wearing, that seemed hella extra a lot of the time, which is probably why we cut her head off. Yay. But yeah, 1800s, because everything was sort of just mellow, and we had little minor depressions, but it was still we had the age of corsets, which are still a pain to get into, but they looked nice. And yeah, they were minor hoop skirts, but once again they looked nice, and it was close. Just that historical page, I think that'd be my favorite to wear if I didn't have to wear it every day. Just looking at it, I would want to wear it, but if I had to wear it every day, I think I would die, because once again, corsets are not fun. I think Pirates of the Caribbean would teach us that corsets are not fun. But I think my favorite period, that I would want to wear, my favorite period of fashion that I would want to wear every day, would be between that 70s, 80s period, because I think that was the most progressive for fashion. I mean, other than the 20s, which was obviously very progressive. It was a big change, but nothing really became of it. Nothing really became of the 80s either, but 70s totally a progressive thing that changed the way that we viewed women's fashion. Though I give it to the early 1900s, 1910s. They had full body tattoos. That was a major trend that they had that goes wildly unnoticed, because they did cover up a lot of times, and women wore those long skirts, kind of school momish Victorian era dress. They wore that all the time, but because they wore that, they could afford to have full body tattoos, and tattoos in a lot of places that we wouldn't notice because we weren't seeing it. We couldn't judge someone. They also didn't shave because something they didn't have to. No one was looking at their legs. Shaving didn't become a big thing until the 1920s, when people were looking at their legs, were looking at their arms, because that was the whole point of the 20s, was that everything was shorter. There were flappers. You had lower necklines. You had bare arms. You had shift dresses, beads, all this kind of flashy stuff. Of course, then led to the Great Depression, and we went on a whole reversal period. But that's cool. That's fine. But yeah, I think 70s and 80s, maybe early 90s, but because the 70s was the first time we had jeans. Jeans was widespread. We had pants for women. They weren't being arrested for wearing pants, because even though we could wear pants starting from the late 20s, it wasn't really we couldn't wear pants into the workplace without getting funny looks or even being arrested and called into court until the 70s. So yeah, it was also, that was the hippie movement, so it was like more freedom, everything, you know. We started to be like wearing flags, you know, on clothing, American flags on clothing. And just, it was of time to be alive. And then the 80s, of course, is loud and just neon and fun. But that wasn't the only part of the 80s. You had like every part of the 80s, you know. You had the loud neon, you had the preppy schoolgirl, you had like rock and roll bikers, whatever. There was something for everyone. And it wasn't just like set into these rules. Like, you didn't have to dress preppy to be preppy. You could have been like, look at Heather's. You could have worn the most outrageous of stuff and still been popular. You could have worn neon and been nerdy. It was just a time for anyone to do anything and didn't really define who you were. I mean, it didn't judge you based off of what you wore. It was sort of just a come all and be all, but still residual effects of the 1970s. Once again, wearing pants, wearing jeans, that was the new trend. And yeah, though of course I do tend to dress more towards like the early 2000s. That chrome and wildish eyeshadow. Because it was a turn of the century. That's what people did. You know, they had the low-rise jeans, which I still don't get. Low-rise jeans and thongs should not have happened. That's my personal opinion. Yes. And of course, everyone dresses in today's fashion, which is more athleisure wear of like the 2010s, where everybody dresses like they're out doing some sport, even though no one does sports. You know, with jeans, leggings, crop tops, tank tops, Nike, Adidas, all that kind of stuff. So I think my favorite period of fashion would be between like the late 70s, early 80s. But then just to look at would be the 1800s. Once again, probably late 70s, early 80s. Just that 100-year difference. So comment below what your favorite fashion trend has been throughout the years. Either just what you think is pretty, or what you would actually wear, or what you do wear. If you'd like to have me make a video of the historical relevance between each fashion period, I would love to make one. I tried, as you can see, I tried to like squeeze as much knowledge into this video as possible, even though it's not the question. But if you would like to learn more about it, please comment below. If you're new, please like, subscribe, share with somebody else. Maybe this will make their day, because I love all of you. And if you're not new, once again, send to somebody else. We're trying to get to 20 subscribers. I have, I think, 18, and that's awesome. And I can't wait to see you again. I hope you guys had a lovely Thanksgiving. If you are not watching from the States, I hope you have a lovely Friday, because it's almost the weekend. You can go and like party and whatever, just like the 20s, but don't party too hard, because Great Gatsby happened and we all know that's a bad idea. So, I love all of you. I can't wait to see you again. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes.